I have a lobster bet for you in the NFL for Week 14. What is a lobster bet? It means a very high confidence betting tip rated 5 stars out of 5. Stick until the end for details. In this video, I will reveal 3 NFL predictions for Week 14. Are you ready to rock? Let's do this! Based on my research, my 10th best bet for Week 14 in the NFL goes to the Tennessee Titans laying 3 points against the Jaguars. Sure, the Titans looked dreadful in Washington last week. Early in the second quarter, they were already down 28-0. But I expect their defense to rebound in a big way against a vulnerable offense led by Mac Jones. Tennessee still ranks second in terms of total yards allowed, while Jacksonville is dead last in that category. That's the big difference in this AFC South matchup. Also, I am observing some nice strides taken by QB Will Levis. In his last 4 matches, he has obtained 7 TD passes versus 2 interceptions. Mac Jones did a very fine job last week after Trevor Lawrence was knocked out of the game by a vicious hit by Azeez Al-Shaair. But this time, Jones will be on the road, which will be more difficult. Both teams are eliminated. Which one has more motivation? To me, the answer is clear. The Titans. First, they will be playing in front of their home fans, so there is no way they won't put a good effort into the game. Also, Jacksonville just lost its starting QB for the rest of the year, and I'm not sure players are still listening to Doug Peterson, who is on the hot seat for sure. For all of these reasons, I am putting my money on the Titans to cover the 3-point spread against their division rivals from Jacksonville. My next NFL bet goes to the red-hot Buffalo Bills to win over the LA Rams. It turns out to be my 9th favorite football wager of the weekend. First, we all know how the Rams don't really have a home field advantage at SoFi Stadium, since visiting fans tend to be numerous and vocal in the stands. The Bills are riding a 7-game winning streak. Not only that, but 5 of those 7 victories occurred by a margin of 9 points or more. In other words, they have beaten up several opponents during this nice winning stretch. Josh Allen recently got engaged. His fiancée is from Los Angeles, and the game will be played 3 days prior to her birthday. With her family in attendance, Allen will do all he can to get the W. In fact, Allen is undefeated in the Pacific time zone, and he owns a 3-0 record against NFC West opponents this year. Some people will argue that Buffalo will travel across the country for this matchup. Fair enough. However, the Bills were at home in each of the prior 3 weeks. Also, according to science, peak athletic performance occurs in the late afternoon. In this case, the game will take place at 4 p.m. body clock for Buffalo versus 1 p.m. for the Rams. Advantage Bills here. I am seeing a game where the Bills take a quick lead, which will force the Rams to throw often. Matthew Stafford will then suffer some sacks and some turnovers will be created, which will extend Buffalo's lead. Give me the Bills to continue their quest for the number 1 seed in the AFC with a convincing win at SoFi Stadium on Sunday afternoon. My 7th best bet of the weekend goes to the Chicago Bears plus 4 points in San Francisco. This play is rated 3 stars out of 5. You all know how the Niners were already banged up. Things got even worse after losing their top 2 running backs, Christian McCaffrey and Jordan Mason. The next man up is rookie Isaac Guerendo, who has been a popular waiver wire pickup in the fantasy world. I'm still upset that I could not grab him since someone else outbid me in my quest to add him to my fantasy team. Will Trent Williams play? Will Nick Bosa play? These questions remain unanswered at the time I made this video, but they are clearly not in top shape even if they suit up on Sunday. After the awful clock mismanagement in Detroit on Thanksgiving, the Bears fired their head coach. Thomas Brown takes over, and coaching changes tend to give teams a boost. Recall how the Saints pulled off the upset over the Falcons after getting rid of Dennis Allen. Caleb Williams has not thrown an interception in 232 straight passing attempts. That's impressive for a rookie signal caller. If you take a look at his last 9 outings, Williams has tossed 12 TD passes versus 1 interception. Sure, Chicago has lost 6 games in a row, but the last 3 defeats occurred against Detroit, Minnesota, and Green Bay, whose combined record is 30-6. Moreover, it is interesting to note that despite their 4-8 overall record, the Bears are 7-4-1 against the spread this season. Meanwhile, the mindset for San Francisco players is likely much more negative. They were Super Bowl contenders and now they are on the brink of not making the playoffs. The Niners have lost their last 3 contests while also suffering through a major injury bug. Don't forget how the Bears also benefited from 3 extra days of rest. Indeed, they played last Thursday, while the Niners got knocked around in the snow in Buffalo. To me, the decision was easy. The probability of the Niners winning this game by a margin of 5 points or more is certainly below 50%. For this reason, I am taking the Bears +4. As stated in the introduction, I've got a lobster bet for you this week. The name comes from my famous Lucky Lobster Bell, a souvenir I got 40 years ago from my grandparents. I have a lot of faith in this pick, and you can gain exclusive access to it by following the link below. The investment required is just $25 and you get your money back if the pick loses. As simple as that. I'm Professor MJ. Let's crush the bookies this weekend with the lobster bet.